welcome to another video for Oil Solutions Checkpoint. Today we're going to be talking about oil changes. How many of you do a flush whenever you're changing your oil? The chances are there's quite a few of you that don't do a flush, and then there is a few of you that do a flush, but obviously what you spend on a flush in comparison with the simple things that you can use for a flush. Now, what I tend to use is ordinary car diesel. I think that's really effective, and it does the job, and it gets in around everything and gives it a good clean. But what am I saying to you is on older vehicles, doing a flush might not be the best idea, because basically it could be, without doing a flush, it could be masking a problem, so you might create a problem doing a flush. So what I tend to do to begin with is I put 500 ml of diesel in with the oil, just to thin it out and run it for a minute. Then what I do is I drain the oil and obviously put more diesel in, so I put roughly about 500 ml to 700 ml of straight diesel, and I run the engine for about 30 seconds, and what it tends to do, it kind of dilutes everything and gets everything out. Now, diesel is oil, it's just a very thin oil, and obviously you do not rev your vehicle when there's a flush in, but that's basically if you're wanting to be thorough. A lot of people would argue against it, but I've been doing this here for a long time, and it's never caused me any problems in the long run. So that's what we're going to do.
For only $29.99 a month, get BT's super fast fiber 2 with average speeds of 67 megabits per second, now with no upfront costs. Plus, we'll upgrade you to full fiber as soon as it's available in your area with our full fiber price. So grab a body can. Hurry.
This is just neat diesel.
Join BT today. 24-month contract, broadband only. New customers, CPI plus 3.9% increase each month. $34.99 per month, 25 times plus.
Call Nick Ferrari now. 0345 6060 973 LBC.
Your friend's latest binge watch. Your mum's go-to cheesecake recipe. Not a recommendation. So when you need a job doing, why not go somewhere with hundreds of thousands of them?
And with doing this, it's the most effective way to clean your engine and get it ready for the nice new oil.
Black Friday. O2.
Now just don't be tempted to rev it, please don't rev it, because it can cause damage. All you're wanting to do is naturally let it go round the engine and lubricate everything and loosen up all the crud that gathers up inside your engine. Realistically, doing this, you're only really using a couple of quid, just depending on if you're doing the second flush. Obviously if you're doing the second flush you'll need a little more than a litre. You could keep it to 500 ml for the flush as well, but I reckon just a wee bit more. You're probably talking maybe £2.50 or something for this here flush in comparison with what you would spend on a flush, and it's just as effective, you know. Like, regardless of what people say, always, like my own vehicles, I service them every 7,000 miles, do an oil change and that, and it just keeps your vehicle running to its optimum performance, you know. So what I would recommend is like every 9,500 miles, do a service and do a flush. If your vehicle's new, do a flush. See, if you're not hitting that 9,500 miles within the year, I would just do it anyway and just basically keep a routine and service your vehicle regularly, just on a yearly basis. Now, obviously I like to use decent car oil myself, but a lot of people would argue and just say, oh well, oil's oil. Well, not necessarily, but obviously there's cheaper end of the scale. If you're doing regular oil changes, you can keep your costs down by shopping on eBay and Amazon. You know, so I reckon maybe 20 odd litres you'd probably pick up for about 60 or 70 quid for the cheaper stuff. I like to use the good stuff, but each to their own. But it's not all as bad and daunting as people think. You know, you have your bits about you when you're doing the work on your vehicle. You can save money and keep your vehicle running good. Because your vehicle engine is like the human body. You're needing to look after your human body to make sure that everything's running okay. So it's the same ethics for an engine. You know, make sure your oil levels are always done, make sure all the levels are all done, make sure it's running fine. If an engine manager light comes on, go and see a doctor, mechanic, you know. But what more can I say? I'll switch this off and I'm going to get the oil out of it. Okay, so before you take the oil out, oil filler cap off. Right, so that means you'll have the air pressure at the top. You need to gently put the bonnet down because the roof isn't high enough at the front.
As well. Just want to say, no criticism of the regular coppers who do a fantastic job every single day. Although questions I think do need to be asked of the two who are involved in that particular arrest. A lot of you won't have their say now. Who's been holding the longest? It's John in Liverpool. John, you're on the radio. Your reaction to what you heard to our reporter. Good morning.
Good morning, mate. Thanks for taking your call, mate.
Sorry, it's a bad line. Hello, sir. What did you say first off? Sorry.
I just said thanks for taking your call.
Oh, no problems, matey. What do you say about this police action?
Listen, mate. Just give us a few moments, mate. I know you haven't got time. But I'm disgusted the way they treated Charlotte. And I want to say, before I say anything, will you please give her my regards?
I will. What would you say to the police, the way the police behave?
Listen, mate, it would have took them bodies 5 seconds to get on, if they didn't know themselves, to get on dispatch. And so we've got this lady.
Alright, calm down, right.
Yeah.
It's
See?
absolutely disgusting how that lady is.
It's disgusting.
And I'll tell you something else, Nick. My mate, we were called up the other day, 2 minutes, Nick. We were called up the other day. He told us up.
Alright, Nick.
His license plate was hanging a little bit.
Right.
He wanted, because my mate wasn't agreeing with him, my mate said to him, because he knew the laws, he said, what registration are you stopping me for? And he didn't have a clue. He didn't have a... Nick, I love you, Sean, mate. Give my regards to Charlotte.
It'll be done. John, thank you. Look after yourself. Mike in Cheshire. Mike, your reaction. I think you want to link this. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Independent journalism is absolutely vital.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a par amount of oil for this size engine. It's a 2.4, but it takes lots of oil. Like over 8 litres.
There appears to be a threat. There should be a response. There should be an acknowledgement, in my opinion, that what happened was wrong.
I agree with you.
It's always best just leaving it for a wee while, go and have a cup of tea or coffee, or a run round the block, keep yourself fit.
I am aware.
And obviously let every last bit drip out.
Right?
Right.
But that's the point.
Put the sump bung on, obviously clean it up and change the washer if need be. These don't have washers. Okay, so now let's get some more diesel in.
Well, we could start by trying
We've got a completely empty engine.
Maybe cycling to work every once in a while. But our biggest carbon footprint could be from heating our home. Here at Valent, we're serious about climate change, which is why when you switch to a Valent boiler or heat pump, you could reduce your carbon footprint and your energy bills too.
Britain, there's a joy short of busiest. So
on the BBC while the team of pundits will be going to the World Cup and is with me now. And we'll discuss the World Cup.
Okay, so you'll be amazed at what comes out of this.
But first, let's talk about the subscription sports website. The Athletic is launching an emergency football hotline. Alan, explain. Morning, Governor.
Morning, thank you for your kind words. I really enjoyed them.
issue for the lads going down there from England and Wales to a country where we have an ambassador for the game saying being gay is, quote, damaging the mind, Alan?
Well, clearly it's really important we talk about it, but the reality is it's not simple, and it's a really difficult conversation. Because for the first 6 or 7 years,
Look at that, that's market. Now bear in mind, that's every 7,000 miles. I do my oil change. There's cars out there that have probably never seen a service. You know, so it's always best to make sure your vehicle's well cleaned out. Okay, so this is what came out of it. You can see that's a good amount.
Someone was watching me the night before. The keeper dived to his left hand side, and thankfully
So you can tell it's got in round all the nooks and crannies. So we can get the new filter on and get the oil done.
Yes, you listeners, to get more from your food. We are indeed more
This vehicle takes about 8.3 litres of oil. So what I've done, I've put 8 in, I'm going to start it, run it for a minute, switch it off, leave it for 5 minutes just to settle, and then I'll see what I need to put in it.
Services, members of the public, members of the press and the protesters themselves. These operations are very fluid and fast moving with potential professional judgment.
And it's interesting to see a young woman, but they've done the same with a bloke. Can I have a look? All right, you got a press card?
Yeah.
Just leave it 5 minutes and just let it settle, and then do a dip, and then you'll know exactly how much oil that you'll need. Okay, I've left it 5 minutes, I went and had a quick drink of juice.
Life on the road can become an unhealthy cycle.
We're going to
With
dip
the
it
Garmin diesel
and see
trucking
how much we need in.
ecosystem, you can help monitor your general health and
Right.
feel confident.
Nice clean
on the road
dipstick.
with a sat-nav, headset, smartwatch, and more.
Right, so
Designed
you're filling to the
exclusively
second
for lorry
hole
drivers.
here.
Sleep,
Okay,
Garmin repeats.
so I estimate roughly it'll be at the first hole,
Trucking simplified.
or thereabouts.
All that doesn't feel right.
Here's the bit about it. That's new.
If you've had discomfort or diarrhea for 3 weeks or more, or seemed to be in pain, even just once, it could be a
It's
sign
just
of
below
cancer.
it.
It's probably nothing serious.
That's a good guess.
Finding cancer early makes it more treatable. Your NHS wants to see you. Contact your GP practice.
Maybe you're in the business of sending laptop power cables to Leeds. Mustard to Christmas possible.
Don't let flu
Well, you put a wee
stop
bit
you.
of
Flu can
oil
lead to
stabiliser
serious
in it, because
complications,
I think
particularly
it's
for
quite good
those most
for
at risk.
lubricating everything.
Protect yourself with a flu vaccination. Free flu vaccinations are available to anyone over 50, pregnant women, those living with a chronic health condition, and others. So please speak to your GP or
That's about
pharmacist today
300 mil.
to see if you are eligible for a free flu vaccination. This message was produced and fully funded by CSL Seqirus.
Very
I
messy.
value a name I can count on.
Very
And
messy
there's loads
stuff.
of reasons to count on Vanguard. 1.
45 years of investment
But
experience.
hands down, I swear by that stuff.
Million investors worldwide.
It's very,
3 years of being a
along the same lines as Slick
witch
50, but I think Lucas is a lot better.
President, of course, are somewhat limited in what they can and can't say to the media, certainly live.
It's another
They can text me
300
and
mil
they are
of oil.
doing, and I would suggest that the 2 officers responsible for arresting my colleague Charlotte Lynch yesterday will not be at the top of anybody's Christmas card list in their own state.
This
although there's
should
quite
get
a
us
few
on the
of you
level.
pointing out it's the custody charge that will have even more questions to answer. A quick word about Jo, who was honest enough to tell us earlier that she has never even seen a press. Not suggesting a public right of way.
Right.
In the past,
Okay,
have made
let's see if
mistakes,
we're bang
you
on
know,
now.
what do they call it, archaeology? Your
So that was
Twitter archaeology, you
300,
go back
300
and
mil
forth up in the public
of
eye.
Lucas
You go
oil
back and find something they
fortifier
tweeted, whether they're a reality
and
television
300
star
mil
or running for political
of
office,
oil.
find something they tweeted 12 years ago and use it to sort of hound them out of public life. I don't know, I don't have a view on deservedly or undeservedly. There'll be some things that I think probably should exclude you from public life in some ways, but in the
Perfect.
in the days before social
Right
media,
on
you may
level.
well have held those views and shared those views, but nobody 12 years later would
Obviously
be able to
every-
prove it.
every
Anyway, do you
vehicle
remember when Gavin Williams was the
manufacturer,
Secretary of
every-
State for Education?
different type of engine. It's different oil, different quantities as well. So just make sure you're getting the right ones. But obviously on this occasion, it's about 8.3 litres, and yeah, there you go. Obviously, whenever you're doing the flush, just have your wits about you, and do not press the accelerator when you're doing it. And all the best of luck, guys.